cat, welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Big cat, the planetary energies today, Mars and Jupiter intensify your empathetic abilities, darling dears. Yeah, it does. It turns it up a bit, just a little. A Mars and Jupiter connection can cause frustration in relationships. Yes, very frustrating, especially when dealing with a bottom feeder and somebody who is a back front neck tabber. They get no S. Be on the lookout for controlling behavior. Hey, well, baby, I must remind you again that you have limb destructors and you must use them wisely. Responsibilities could get in the way of your self-care routines today, darling dears. And you might find that harmony is difficult to achieve today. Just be patient with yourself and others, especially if they're trying to control you. You've got to what? Get Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. Remember to respond and not react. The sun forms a minor aspect with what? Chiron. Yes, baby. This aspect can cause issues around your self-doubt and emotional insecurity. So be extra gentle with yourself and loved ones today, darling dear. Because why? We're going to talk about when you realized they hated you, darling dears. Might as well go all the way in, seeing as the planetary energy is kind of putting us in a shady, brigady kind of frame of mind. We're going in, guys, as we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, Mother Gaia, ancestors, angels, way showers and spiritual guides. From Keitha to Malkuth, Namaste. Yes, baby. Energies, up, big cat, up. As I was saying before I was interrupted by the adverts. They come in with messages and sometimes they just come in and keep coming in. Right, let's kick off with the rune. Oh, no. We're going to use the amethyst. Oh, just the one, darling dear. But if you're going to get one, let it be loud and proud. Yes, baby. Big cat, what? Sun energy, swallow. Yes, baby. This is about your life force, represented by the letter S, the numbers 76, 77, 78, and 79. It also speaks about your success, darling dear. Big cat, what? Sun energy. Yeah, love it. It's about your inner child, darling dear. Divinities want you to take a more light-hearted look at your achievements. Yes, baby. And the stability you've brought into your life. It also speaks about what? A surprise. A surprise? Not many of us like surprises. Yeah. They better be careful with the surprise, blood. Because as a big cat, you've got the jazz hands. Listen. Say hello, Nay. When Nay comes out, everyone say, Nay, Case. Nay, stop it. Nay. Listen. If I've got to go to what? Extreme measures, you deserved it. Anyhow, as I was saying, swallow, darling dears. It speaks about what? Holiday. Somebody's about to take some kind of vacay. Maybe in pronto, but it's about what? Your self-esteem will be high. Possibly flying solo dolo like the boys or girls on the pole. This is about what? Your backbone and your willpower, darling dear. You're going to have to realize that you are the golden child. Until you tell yourself you're chosen, darling dear. Who's going to tell you? No one. I told you, big cat, you're a volunteer. You have to understand. Certain situations and circumstances were put in your way for you to understand. Understanding that you're what? A spiritual being having a human experience. When you realize that they hated you, hated your guts, darling dear, hated your eyelashes, hated the fact that you were sane and what happy, right? As a sandboy in a sandpit. They didn't like it. Nope. Oh gosh. Mercury retrograde is going on in my mechanicals. Just give me a second. Let me sort everything out. Because I can't even see the comments. Oh my God, this is outrageous, blood. This is a lot. Just give me a sec, darling dears. Let me just work this out. Because it's not having it, mate. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît.
The largest software provider for the global community of studios, gyms.
We've got the adverts and the mechanicals having a laugh with me today, darling dear. I told you, Mercury retrograde has no chill or pause factor. We are in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde, darling dears, and it will kick off in where? Libra, the 7th house of partnerships and contracts. So be on the alert, darling dear. Mercury retrograde affects many things. Where's my list? Follow it carefully and then burn it. Don't let Mercury retrograde get you. I've got out the first half of the Zodiac's monthly read. I'm only going to be doing the reads for come through case for Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Why? Because no one's going to check me, boo. Anyhow, before I interrupted myself, I still haven't sorted it out. Give me a second, darling dears. Right. Okay. Nearly there, nearly there. It's like chopping wood here. You need a whole teenager to move quickly when you want your mechanical sorted out. Listen, I digress again, darling dears. But it is what it is. I told you, I'm a chatty cat. And we've got to talk about the what? The haterade, darling dear. And the dummy bats who want to be what? The tampon string in your life. Just in case you forgot, I thought I'd remind you. That's what best friends do, darling dear. They tell you what's going on. Millie, Della Prida, Big Cat, wave. Who's that? Carlis? Hi, glad you could pop in, darling dear. Nicole, Miss Neffy, haven't seen you in a while, darling dear. Or maybe I haven't been looking. We've also got what? Killy, TM, Wagwan, Fist Bump, and Namaste, to whom I haven't mentioned because I'm a chatty cat and I've got many a ground to cover. Yes, baby, we've got peccadillos to unpack, plenty. As I was saying, when you realize they hated you, darling dear, neglect set in, darling dear. All sorts of efforts that they was once put in towards you have gone by the wayside, darling dear, because you have to remember they come in full on Judas in a Peter suit. Yeah. They become selfish, darling dear. When one person is selfish, resentment grows on the other person's part. No one likes to be a doormat and taken advantage of. Do you like it? Did you enjoy being a thumber? Being pushed out their boxing cars, telling everyone about the injustices that are being perpetrated against you. It was mind control, darling dear. Part of what their hatred will be what? Cheating, darling dear. Of the sex kind as well as the emotional kind, darling dear. I don't know which is worse. Well, they're both equally skullduggerous. Yes. Cheating erodes trust, whether it's slowly or over time, darling dear. Well, it's slowly, and that is over. What's the matter with me? Allow me Mercury retrograde, please. Listen. As it happens, right, it's like what? A bomb has been dropped into your life, darling dear. Either way, it has the potential to create long-term resentment and even hate. Yes, baby. Then you'll find out what abuse is being perpetrated against you, darling dear. The whole state of the big cat. Abuse comes in many forms. Yes. If someone hits you and gives you a two-piece, right? And not from the KFC, right? A whole black eye, right? Or a fat ear or a fat lip. Yeah, that's abuse. But you see, abuse is also words, darling dears. Things that people say, actions that they continue to repeat, right? The first time may be a mistake. The second time it's a habit, blood. And guess what? You're not into being a habit. You better wash that dirty habit right out of your hair. Yeah. Abuse is something that will almost always lead to resentment, right? And hatred in a relationship, darling dear. Even though you may not want to give it such a heavy word as hatred, right? But it formulates, it builds in you, darling dear. It builds lack of self-esteem. lack of confidence in what the person of whom you are. It makes you doubt yourself and wonder if you're enough. Why wasn't you enough? Why did they do this? When did they find the time? Good God, you'll be surprised at the questions, or what did I say? The surprise of asking all of these questions that you find to ask. When the only question you need to ask is what? When am I going? Where am I going? And tell yourself you're not coming back. Not for anything, not for all the tea in China. No. You're a mocha kind of a girl. Why? It's a jungle out there, big cat. And in the jungle, the big cat must sleep at night. In your village, your peaceful village, the big cat sleeps at night. Being with a partner that's cheating on you, darling dears, abusing you in any way, it wears at you. Just saw 1111 on the counter, darling dears. Highly spiritual number. A fade is coming your way, darling dear. One of what? All of the synchronicities lining up, darling dear, as opportunities present themselves on every level. Once you realize they hated you, you'll see that they hardly put any effort into a relationship, darling dear. You'll be living with them like a roommate from hell, darling dear. Full on what? Freddy Krueger, Jason, or Leatherface. Yes, yes, yes. All of this and that, darling dears. And it won't be friendly, it won't be fancy, and there'll be no glitter and rainbows, darling dear. The eggshells, walking around like you've got a humpback. Your name's not Quasimodo, Black. You are a big cat. You will stand erect and stand in your truth, darling dears. And the SEX is used as a weapon. Yes. Or it's non-existent. Or it's gotten to the point where you can't bear their touch. It's like they're trying to what? Take what's not theirs. Yeah. In a rough and physical way that would put them in prison. Everything dries up and dies when you realize they hated you, big cat. Because only a hateful person would perpetrate this upon someone. Just saw 1, 2, 3, 4. Divine timing, darling dears. Your steps being in order. It also speaks about what? Your potentials and to continue to believe in yourself. Yes, baby. Who's that on the stairs? Oh, it's the one son. Yes, baby. Your rune today is the sun energy, darling dears. Divine wants you to what? Lean into your what? Willpower, your self-esteem, and your strength. Go to your north node, darling dear, and look at your superpowers. Go to your Chiron. Find the house that it's in and wrap yourself around that Shiznai. Use that as what? Your base of contemplation today, darling dears. Put your focus back on yourself. When in doubt, go within, darling dear. This is where you will find your happy place. This is where you will find peace. The sun energy, darling dears, also tells you what? That you must always, always pay attention to whatever downloads you get. You're being spiritually guided. The signs and the signals, darling dears. It speaks about fertility as well as what? A stable marriage or a union coming towards you for some. Transformation, darling dear. You changed, darling dear, your face on this Malkuth. You had to. Self-preservation and all that. Pinkies up. And that was a spiritual belt because I speaks the truth roof. Yeah. Kung Fu Panda. Hiya. Sliding in like that. I've always got a chop for you, darling dear. We're keeping it calm, darling dear. We're not getting our blood pressure going up and making our hearts go boom diddy boom today. We're going to ease into what's going on. Because you get the usher when you come here. I tell everything. Right, let's get your ancestral message. Oh my gosh. Gonna go with the elastic band broke, darling dear. There's some kind of a cycle that's come to an end. I barely touched it and it fell apart. Whatever they was trying to hold you back with, darling dear, it's not working, Black. They may have to what? Turn up the pressure, but they're simpletons, darling dear, dull-eyed ones. Chucking all their toilets out the pram because they can't get you to do what they previously got you to did when you're what futuristic thinking. Listen, you made thighs and cars of steel as you what did the tinky winky base of listen. Lonely, lonely, lonely. You know that you are never alone, darling dear, but someone is feeling the loneliness of losing your essence. I told you, what's in the dark comes out in the light, and it always comes out in the wash. And time is the master of everything, darling dear. My mother always told me every man has a conscience, man or woman. And it just takes time. This person is feeling lonely within their life. As you understand, loneliness is what? Just a state of mind. Using the sun energy to what? Calm and heal your inner child. Base of the worried blood. They're worried. They're worried. Are they? Losing their hairline, losing all sorts of shiznai. Pressed, pumped, and perturbed. Good golly and gosh. What did it say? I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Nah, blood. Why worry when you can pray? Why worry, darling dear, when you can what? Conceive, believe, and achieve, darling dears. Focusing on yourself, using the sun energy to light that fire from within. The sun is represented by good golly and gosh, it's represented by solar plexus. Got it. I had to drag it out of my memory, right? And it's represented by Archangel Michael, darling dears. Yes, baby, it's representing your good. They're worried over your self-confidence, your strength, how you're presenting on this Malkuth. You're coming off as what? Like you're stush and bougie. Nah, babe, you're just over the bullshit, naive, darling dears. You're over it. And they're worried. And lonely. Good gosh. One more card, please. Worrying about your next step. Worrying about who you're with. Worrying about what's going on in your bank account. Worried because you did not come back. The final card, why? It's about the love, baby. Yeah, love of self. Self-care and self-worth, darling dear. And understanding that love has to be an inside job. How you love on yourself is how others will treat you. And if you let certain things continue to slip and slide, darling dear, it will be all up in your Kool-Aid. And you don't want it. You'll have what? Polluted Kool-Aid. Love yourself, darling dear. Love the Most High. Love yourself. Behind yourself comes your progeny if you have them. The fourth and the fifth thing is the body in the bag. You have to keep it tight and right. A steady body is a steady mind. I tell you this all the time, darling dears. And what? Winners never quit and quitters never win. And this is why you are what? Sitting in the seat of self-love. It's also represented by what? The root chakra. But it's spinning, darling dear, in the right way. You are no longer in what? Survival mode. Fight, flight, or freeze mode, darling dear. You understood that's what? Kryptonite to a big cat. This talking is like the talking they're doing at your back chakra, darling dears. I told you. When you realized they hated you, you became the what? The headline. Because you're the head. And you're ahead. You became the top egg. Because you're at the top, darling dears. And don't look back. Remember Salt Bay, Lot's wife. You had to create a halocene. That's when two different salt levels, your salt level was just to survive. They are proper salty and salting out, darling dear. Possibly even what? Managing to squeeze a tear out, darling dear. Like getting blood out of a stove. They're lonely, crying and worried. As you what? Experience the love of the universe and your growth game. Listen, giving them all sorts of what? Tower moments. They didn't realize that you was a lotus, darling dear, able to blossom in the dirtiest of waters. But you had to what? Go back into your DNA. Realize that you have been chosen as the leader of your line. Some of you are going to be the first what? Millionaires of your lineage, darling dears. Again, this speaks about what? With growth. It's in stages, darling dears. Some of you are worried about being stuck at a plateau, but you're there for a reason. There's some more inner work, some shadow work that you have to continue to do. Shadow work isn't something that you just get over. It's something that you will do for the rest of your life to continue to hold your space as a volunteer, darling dears, having already bent the matrix. And you can't help who doesn't want to help themselves first. You'll be dragged down and beaten, darling dear, with the experience of the ignorant and the bottom feeding. You will. You better shine a torch, a big flipping one, right? On your what? Inner child. And remember, you had to save yourself. No one is coming to save you except yourself on this Malkuth. Yes, Father God is always there. Mother Isis, your ancestors, way shows, and spiritual guides. But until the other shoe drops and you realize your volunteerhood, darling dear. Mad and angry because you've grown in so many ways. You're not the same cat. You haven't got the time for temporary feelings. You haven't got the time for what? The cloak and dagger move from the stabberers. Look how far you've come, my dear big cat. It wasn't for the faint-hearted. But I told you, the tortoise. Pay attention to the tortoise. Slow and easy wins the race, darling dear. And you are winning. You don't have to be around those that come with what? The double mind. James 1:8. 18, darling dear. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. You don't have to go back and sit at those tables with the skullduggerers that you daren't get up and go to the toilet, because guess what? You'll be on the prior before you know it. You don't have to take back that skullduggerous lover that didn't love you. You have to realize that you was what? Just a tool in their life. They got the light from you as they what made you a thumber, darling dears. Criticized your everything until you didn't know which way was up, and you believed them when they said the grass was orange and pink striped. You did. Lean on your own understanding, darling dears. Buff up your what? Your intuition and your discernment. That's an absolute necessary in this climate that we're living in, darling dear. Many signs, many messages will be coming out, darling dear. But you have to what? Learn to seek the answers for yourself. Don't believe everything you hear or watch on the television. Sometimes you've got to cut off all of the mechanicals to get and go within, darling dears. Me personally, I like to meditate as soon as I wake up in the morning. Could be for 10 minutes, may even turn out to be for 4 hours. No, I'm not holding a pose because I've got that dodgy knee, mate. Yeah? I may be laying down or I'll be sitting in my chair, but I'm allowing the thoughts to come up, and I'm not being held prisoner to said thoughts. I'm allowing it to come and to move on. And that's when the divine pours downloads into me, where I get my innovation, my ideas, and I set my intentions for the day. Every day I tell myself it's going to be awesome. Yeah. You have to set your frequency, darling dears, and realize that the halcyon you created between you and they, them, and was the right thing to do. If in doubt, choose you, big cat. Choose you. Right, let's press on. Where's my
If you're a parent and you don't have life insurance,
what are you doing? And if you've got a life insurance, right, make sure you set it up as a trust. Otherwise, the state will get all of the skrillers, .coms, whom you want to bestow with a little wealth once you've gone back to the maker, darling dears. Make sure it's in a trust, okay? Don't just get the insurance, get the trust as well. Right. I don't know, I think it's part of my Capricorn midhaven, darling dear. Anything I see as a topic of interest or self-preservation, I'm on it, mate. It's like I've gone to DEFCON 7, darling dears. I pay close attention and focus to ensure that my life is easy, as must you, darling dear. You will find as you continue to ascend and raise in your vibrating frequency, there's certain energies you can't be around. You will find those that you once befriended, darling dears, they're still on the bottom level, still doing bottom shit. They can't purchase nothing without a whole adult with them. These kind of things, darling dears. You can't hang around people like that. I've told you, reputation is everything. Law number 5 of the 48 laws of power. You hang with 4 bottom feeders, well, guess who's going to be number 5? Not the big cat. Not if you've buffed up your third eye to a bitch in shine. You heard the bell? Confirmation, darling dear. Yeah. Let's press on, darling dears. We want to know what's going on. Let them be worried. Let them be lonely. Exactly how they wanted you to be. With a pitchy-patchy hairline and all sorts of what? Problems going on in your genitalia, darling dear. Because you have to remember, when you're dealing with a stressful situation and somebody who is knowingly putting you in said situation, your body develops dis-ease. You'll have heart issues. You'll have skin issues. You'll be unable to sleep. You'll be a crying mess. And you what? Start to lose your mind. You become forgetful. That's their whole purpose and point, is for you to forget who you were. But you will never be that cat you was when you met these people or persons. There's no going back there, darling dear. There's only going up and into what? A higher level, because you're a volunteer. Oh, look what got left. A user. We're going to find out about a user, dear. We're going to be all over that in a minute. What else do we need to find out about? Know your worth and not tax, darling dear. I told you. Fendi, Louis, Prada don't go on sale, blood. Neither should you sell yourself to the what? Lowest bidder. Just for company. Baby, I would rather then go back to the situation that broke me, darling dear. I would rather stand naked in the rain, right, in front of all of my enemies who's got what? Full internet connection, darling dear, right? And cut out my what? Punani with a what? Butter knife, and let a marga dog draw it where? Before I go back to a situation that broke me, darling dears. Made me forget who I was. When you've got progeny, there's fallout, darling dear. And it's very hard for you to what? Get them on the straight and narrow. Especially when they've lived in an abusive household. And you must not further abuse said progeny by what? Making them your beating stick for all of the things that happened to you. You chose that situation. The progeny didn't choose to come here. Yes, we all get a chance to choose our parents. We see the resume before we come here. But you can't make your progeny pay for what you went through, darling dears. You are a volunteer. Remember, you are what? A guide. You've already done the old 1-2 step, darling dear, and you've succeeded. Exceeded. Knowing your worth, darling dear, in the face of usuration. Wow, that's quite a bit that's fell on the floor. Oh my gosh, I've got to use my foot to drag it over, and it brings back again that brother, what him name? Murad Morelli. Yeah. Yeah. That was some strange. Dream big, darling dear. Dream big. You've also got what? All that glitters is not gold. Fresh shit shining in the sunlight, guys. There's talking in the background. And you've also got what? I told you. You gave too much in a situation. Too much, darling dear. You had too much confidence in someone who was what? Shady bugady, darling dear. The devil's strongest worker. Pennywise, was it? The devil's strongest worker. Pennywise son of daughter. Yeah. But mental clarity must reign, darling dears. Mental clarity. Right, let's get a deck. We'll get a little bit, a butt, a dummy, but listen. Lama tongue, Mercury retrograde. Remember, darling dears, job 4-8. Those that continue to what? Plow iniquity will definitely sow trouble, darling dears. God isn't sleeping. And you were sent to heal, guide, and uplift. Let's get a deck and see what's going on. Base of the deck, healing, darling dear, in the face of the usuration and the hateration. You learn to fall back, darling dears. You learn to fall back. Putting yourself first, your energies first. And in some cases, some of you had to what? Get some kind of what? Medical treatment. Yeah. Take control of your mentals, darling dears. As I said, Four of Pentacles is about being what? Sane in the cranium, darling dear. This is about being able to what? Bend the matrix. Become more stable. Baby. 2-4 speak about what? Having moved away from a shaky foundation. With what? A hoodwinker. Once you realize they hated you. A user, darling dear. Two of Swords. You made a choice, darling dears, but the choice was between you and they, them, and I'm, darling dear. Blind justice had to come through. Yes, baby. The Two of Swords is also telling us, darling dears, that you made a head over heart decision and you cleared a lot of what? Blockages in your life. And because you've done what you did, darling dears, created a lot of jealousy, envy, and hatred. Because you chose you. That goes to 6 of Swords. Skeet, darling dear. You're in a more what? Calmer frame of mind. Some of you have had to actually move on the GPS, darling dear, in order to get away. Lots of sword energy speaks about the legal field. And it also speaks about the what? The cutting off of a situation that was what? Full of controlation, darling dear. What about knowing your worth? Yeah. What did I just tell you? You're a volunteer blood, an earth angel, indigo, child crystal. Whatever, darling dear. You're a volunteer. And it also speaks about what? A long journey. Again, somebody's about to take a trip, a vacay, a holiday, or possibly a full-on move on the GPS. This is about you what? Having your foot in both worlds, the 5D and the 3D. You have the command, right, to change your paradigm at any time. The Temperance is what? Sagittarius energy, darling dears. Yes, it is. Look at me second guessing myself. It also speaks about mediator. Somebody's about to be a mediator, possibly a legal mediator, a mediator for children. An important position, darling dear, but this also speaks about what? I'm feeling like starting a new business. Somebody's going to be stepping out as an entrepreneur, somebody who brings balance, mental balance to situations. Good for you. You know your worth and added tax. Dream big, darling dears. But in said dreaming, you must remember all that glitters is not gold. If it beggars beyond belief, believe it's a beggar, darling dear. Bringing you back to what? Hockey sticks at dawn. The fresh shit shining in the sunlight. Giving too much. Mental clarity, darling dears. Mental clarity. Knowing your worth as an earth angel. The temperance of it all. It also speaks about the moderation as well as the balance you brought into your life. It speaks about what? Somebody's what? Watching you, darling dear. You have a secret admirer. Is it a duct tape and chloroform kind of admirer? Well, we've got the Knight of Cups. Somebody wants to offer you a cup, but the Knight of Cups loves everyone, darling dear. They're charming. Yes. There's somebody who is in love with love, darling dear. But you do have a secret admirer that wants to offer some kind of a cup, right? One that you're not going to be what? Taking. This is skeet. Somebody's also what? A car. I'm getting car. Chariot of righteousness, darling dear. The offer you made is successful. Somebody's bought a new car. Congratulations. Pinkies up. Put on your darkest glass when you're driving past the what? The ones that hated you. Whoever this person is, that's the secret admirer. They're not on your level, darling dear. They're going to be trying a thing. This is why you must pay your knees. Pay your knees. Because you have to investigate. Everyone must be interviewed. No one is allowed to run up and run amok in your palace, your domicile, darling dear. You're in a hemisphere. Are you mad? The Knight of Cups is known of talking what doesn't go so in order to what? Get the outcome that they want. Clarify the dream big. Yeah. Whatever you conceive, darling dear, you can achieve. The only thing that is going to trap you or limit you is yourself. Being caught up in your cranium, wondering if you can. Don't wonder if you can do it. Do it, darling dears. Do it. Take that leap of faith. Go towards something that impassions you, darling dears. And then go to your second, your sixth, and your 10th house. It will show you how to change it into a business and how to fly and succeed. You've got £1 million to earn. Come on. Get to it, darling dears. It also speaks about what? Mentally trapped. Somebody's worrying about what you can create. This is 2 8s on a tableau, darling dears. This is quick movement. Somebody feels as though you've been moving quickly, but they didn't realize you was doing a kind of a what? Big cat tortoise kind of a thing. Slow and steady wins the race. Wins the race? What's going on? The wagged wascal went round the wagged. Listen, allow me Mercury retrograde, yeah? I don't have a problem with my R's and W's. This is something coming in for swiftness, darling. There could be a message because the ones also represent Cupid's arrows. You know how I feel about Cupid, right? Cupid who has what? The chance to read the Akashic records. But does Cupid read them? No, blood. No. They're firing out random arrows of what? Trauma bond. Yeah. This and that, big cat. Base of the deck. Oh, something more to your liking. Look at this. You're attracting what you truly deserve, darling dears, and it's coming towards you quickly. You can't even see the blessing that's about to be afforded to you, darling dear. You're not supposed to see when divine is about to bless you, darling dears. No. You're supposed to what? Keep moving forward. Keep working on your goals, your achievements, your aspirations. This is attracting true like-minded soul or souls. Soul tribe, darling dear. But you have to block out those that you left behind, darling dear. The haterades, the envious, and the jelly bogelly. Leave them where they're getting their tower moments. Somebody's going to try and contact you, darling dear. They're going to come from what? The pet cemetery. Yeah. They want you to get back into the double white coffin, and guess who's on the bottom bunk? Well, guess what? Tag, they are it. You're not taking no backseat to the big cat. This is about your long-term goals. Divine wants you to hold a focus. Remember, this has fallen on all that glitters is not gold. Remember that. They're going to come in with the longest, saddest story in the world's tiniest violin, blood. They're going through tower moments, the ending of a situation, something that they didn't want to end. They didn't want you to stop being stupid. Yes, baby. This is somebody who has what? The master of the tongue, fire, passion. They know how to talk you into all sorts of what situations, and possibly off your flip-flop and out your pantaloon. Leave the past where it is. All that glitters is not gold, and you will never find healing in a situation that broke you. You are a volunteer to this, Malkuf, darling dears. Common sense, right? And mental clarity must reign. Because you was given too much. Too much. Too much.
In this video, I'm going to show you in 60 seconds how you can join the Deasley Missions Group Action.
Please excuse the advert, darling dears. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen, right? The Hangman, and the Most High. Knowing your worth and adding tax, darling dear, you was given too much. Divine interrupted this union, this friendship. Send those family members packing. Why? You took the knee, darling dear. You took the knee and you asked the Most High to remove whom is not from you, from your life. And you turned around. Baby, everyone was gone. Everyone. It was like a stampede. Yes. But they are watching you, darling dear, sow the seeds of greatness. This is achievements, darling dears. Your mental health being on the up and up. This is about you what? Planning, plotting, and strategize as the Queen of Pentacles, darling dear. This is somebody who is what? Learning new things, higher learning. I'm hearing something about a pawn. A pawn? Is it a pawn shop? Something to do with jewelry, darling dears. But I know that you was what? Delayed They were stuck. They were stopped, darling dear, by the Most High Taurus energy. We've also got the Hangman with the Neptune energy. They wanted you to what? Continue to give them your wood, darling dear. So you gave them the wood, and no longer what? Hanging around for that situation. Someone is also what? Going to be going to prison, darling dear. Misappropriation of funds. We have a queen here. This is about what? A mother's money, taking that investment as their own. A father's money, something to do with an elder, darling dears. Someone is about to be what? Hoodwinked by the what? Justice system as they what? Get caught and ensnared by the wickedness. You're saying things like, I should have waited on the right partner. It's not about waiting on the right partner, darling dears. It's knowing your worth in every situation. And divine is saying the seed you sown today will be what what you reap in the future. This is about being the one, darling dear, knowing that you are the one and adding tax, no longer overgiving in any situation, because you realize the delays it caused you, the setbacks, and in some cases it brought you to a point where you wanted to take yourself out of this Mount Goof. Boundaries, darling dears, boundaries, knowing your worth and adding tax. When you realize that someone has got what? Dark thoughts about you, you must no longer what? Hang around. See it from a different perspective. And minus the big cat. They're hating you because of your essence. What your foundation is. Knowing your worth and adding tax. No longer overgiving in a situation. If you're going to give to the Most High. Give thanks that you have another day to sock it to him, Scott. Why is this all? The devil is a liar. Yeah. The Queen of Pentacles, darling, this. It also speaks about you what? Having a more what? Generous nature. You've got a caring, tender heart. But you realize that not everybody must be shown your heart. Take comfort in the fact that what? The plans you've made, right, are lucrative. And I told you, I'm sitting amongst what? The first millionaires of your lineages. Fist bump. Conceive, believe, and achieve, and move in silencio. What about the mental clarity? You have some kind of loyalty coming towards you. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. Base of the deck. Gosh, you are being blessed with what? The Skrilla.com. All in the face of the T-Rex arms, darling dears. Yeah. Page of Pentacles is helping hands. This is Two of Pentacles. It shows that some of you are single, darling dears. Been for some time, because you've gone from what? You've gone from the Page to the Knight to the Queen, darling dear. This is kind of an ascension thing going on for you. A new beginning. This is looking towards your future, darling dear, with mental clarity. Taking the time to what? Be taking the time to plan out your resources. And it also what? Breathes off the multiple streams of income, darling dears. I speak about this all the time. Pentacles also represent online. Get online. Don't get left behind, darling dears. Yeah. Queen of Wands. Someone chose the Queen of Wands over you, darling dear, and they're getting what they deserved. They are not settled in their cranium. They can't trust them as far as they can throw them, a full-on Jezebel spirit. But justice, which is given a season of resolution and freedom for you, darling dears. You're no longer in competition with someone over what? Their affections. You let them have them. Leave them with the what? Hockey sticks of dawn. This is somebody that likes to fight, gossip, argue. You've got a Queen of Wands, darling. They're talking all kind of shiznai about you. You better what? Do a Cardi B, mate. Get them in the civil court. You've got the Skrilla. Show them that they certain things they have to shut up their mouth. Someone is who uses their physical aesthetics to get what they want. Well, guess what? Justice is karma, darling dear. Libra energy in the what? The house of what? Partnerships, marriages. Well, this is no one's wife, darling dear. This goes to Six of Wands. They wanted a victory that ended in marriage or a long-term situation. This is somebody who is not above using spell work, malicious words, darling dears. Chanting all sorts in your name. Yes. Well, guess what? Let them chant even louder, darling dear, because divine is listening. And the scales of balance must balance out with the truth roof. Pinkies up. Mmmmmhmmm. Let's get another deck. Oh, told you. Whatever they was trying to cast on you, darling dear, when you did your tinky winky, still doing a tinky winky because you realized they truly hated you. You got the badass alchemist ways, darling dear. This is represented by my representation of the magician in tarot, darling dears. It also speaks about what? As above, so below, darling dears. You have what it takes to create whatever you want. On this Malkuth, divine has gifted you with the tools and what? Giving you the heads up, letting you know that you are a volunteer. You can't fix what's what? Broken from the inside out, darling dears. You leave them. You can't save someone who does not want to save themselves because they will what? Pull you down. It's just like if you're a strong swimmer and you see someone drowning and you go towards them, you've got to tell them to relax. Otherwise, they'll hang on to you and then both of you will drown. Divine is gifting you the tools. The magician also speaks about speed. You've got something coming towards you at a hot trot, darling dear. A blessing. A blessing. Divine timing and all that. The magician also speaks about the transformation, darling dear. You have a powerful mind. But you also have what? Somebody who is a thief. Someone who is skullduggerous, a thief of time, the truth, energies. This is coming in for you as well, darling dear. So be on the alert. Be on the alert. Because what? The Mars and Jupiter energy is what? Intensifying your empathetic abilities, your intuition, your discernment. The magician, air, as well as Mercury energy. This is a call for action, darling dear. Somebody wanted a confirmation today. Well, guess what? Your confirmation is what? Get moving, Scotty. Because why? This is the watchtower of the West, darling dear. This speaks about what? Being stable, and it also speaks about autumn, which we are in. Something, whatever's coming towards you is coming towards you in the autumn months. Something is about to turn around in a big way, a blessing in disguise, something that you had to work hard for. Used every one of your skills, darling dears, and they're gonna have to put respect on your name. Hey, come through, Birdman. Posh, clap those that wanted to burn a candle or actually burn you down, darling dear. Let's see something else. Yeah, they've sought guidance on you, darling dear. They're getting the tarot readings. And every time they get a reading to seek guidance on how to what? Bring a big cat down, they're being told that you got the badass alchemist ways. Touch not the anointed. Because what? Rotten things will come in at a hot trot. Somebody's about to get their comeuppance during the what? Autumn months. Remember I told you that, darling dears. It also speaks about what? Your regeneration as well as your rebirth. The rebirth of you. They gotta put the respect on your name, darling. Them simply Afi. Them Afi. Base of the deck. Fertility. Big cat what? Empress energy. Something that's coming in towards the full months, right, is going to what? Reach a culmination during what? The May's what? The springtime. Yeah. Remember I told you that. Somebody may even be what? Finding out that they're preggers, darling dear. Well, congratulations. Congratulations, darling dears. Because why? You're going to have to what? Rise up from the ashes, darling dears. It may not be a what? A happy pregnancy. But you know what? That child chose you. And you have to remember, a progeny is a gift. A gift, darling dears. So I can't understand why people, they're so abusive to their progenies, right? Deny them things. Be jealous of them. Choose their skullduggerous partner over a progeny. No, blood. And that same partner is what? A dick-dealing, mattress-backing, pedestrian sperm engineer, blood. Yeah. Do we have anything more? Let's see what Kipper says. And then we're out of here to get great. 128 in the chat room, darling dear. Please hit the thumbs up button. Yeah. Justice, darling dear. Somebody's under major what? Karma. And it also speaks about court papers. In the autumn, darling dear, somebody's going to be caught for their manipulating ways, possibly to do with money. They've sought some kind of tarot guidance to get out of this situation. But whatever noose they created for their neck, darling dear, they're going to be swinging in the breeze. Papers. Somebody's got some final paperwork coming through. Yeah. Through someone who was not on their level. This also speaks about what? A dishonorable discharge. Somebody's being sent away from the army or something for some kind of behaviors, misappropriation of funds. But you're gonna hear about something in the full months, darling dear. Somebody in the public eye is going to take a big nosedive, and everybody's going to be saying, I can't believe this person did this, that, and a third. Something to do with money, darling dear. Everybody thinks that they can be what, immune from prison. The super rich can be, darling dears, but this person is not going to get away. They're going to have to put respect on your name as you continue on your pathway towards your infinite possibilities, having transformed. The 3 and the 5 go to an 8, darling dear. The energy of what? Big cat strength card. Don't be tempted off your flip-flop, and don't go back for those that are meant to be behind you. They can't go where you're going, darling dears. You have to leave them to the karma. Otherwise, you're sending a message to the universe, the Most High, that you want to help them and you want to share in their karma, and that you're not appreciative of the fact that you are a volunteer. Baby. Family. Be very careful of family, darling dear. A lot of shady energy is being sent to you by family members. 21 is the situations that you've cut off, darling dear. They're trying to shade the what? The Empress. But it's all at your back, darling dear. They can't hold you down, and you'll forever be on their mind. You're a big cat, darling dears. They don't know what to write and say to you. They don't know what to say to you in person. And it's on a 16 tower moment. They're going for it, darling dears. When you realize they hated you, you realize how much you loved yourself and you chose you. We saw the 2 of Swords. Always choose you, darling dear. You're right, Slim Jim. It's pink slip season, blood. On every level. What you've been working towards has been slow to manifest, darling dear. But know this. It will manifest. Continue to stand your ground, knowing your worth and adding tax. And whom you left in the past, let them stay where they are. They will bring you down with their ignorance and hatred, darling dear. Because it will all be what? A tissue of lies. Leave them with what? The karma they've created. As the divine has papers on them, darling dear. They will get their what? They will meet their Waterloo. Remember I told you that. And when you hear about it, you just got to go, and keep it popping, mate. Keep it pushing. And somebody in the public eye is going to take a major fall during the autumn months, darling dears. A major fall from grace. It's going to be shocking. On that note, are we done? Yes, we're done. On that note, I drops me mic. Todd love to my Teesprings. Todd love to my Patreon. Or simply come back here. You're right, little feather. Futuristic thinking, darling dear. You have to have your cranium in what? Big cat mode. Be focused, darling dear. But always what? When you're looking for your pentacles, your riches, your wealth on this Malkuth. Go to your 2nd, your 6th, and your 10th house and use your North Node as your guide. The best job to have is one that impassions you. It won't feel like a job. You'll be always seeking new knowledge. Continue to be innovative and bending the matrix. You've got the badass alchemist ways. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Cat, cat. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Taurus chorus. Who else is here? Nicole, Miss Neffy. Namaste. Big cat wave.